Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be out as usual in nature in this beautiful garden and bringing this message of self-realization to you, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover your identity to be your divinity. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning the game of life and how you should play the game of life, because this life, it's a dream and you can remain asleep in this dream, or you can become awake in this dream. Now, in this game called life, you can either play the game or you can be played. So basically, I want to stress a lot on those who allow themselves to be played instead of they playing the game of life. Now, the first thing I want to do is let you know the rule. The rule is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's the golden rule of life. So the very first thing you have to learn about life is the golden rule, whereby do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, the way how this game of life has been played in these parts where I am living, it's been played in the system of colonialism, whereby the people have been programmed to have a colonial mentality, which is a mentality of mediocrity, a mentality of limitation. And I'm going to show you how they've been programmed in this game of life to be played instead of playing the game of life or understanding the game of life. Now, you have to understand how your conscious mind and your subconscious mind works, and you have to understand who you are and where you come from, why you are here, and where you're going. So in order to do that, you have to understand that you were a thought even before you were expressed in this realm of existence. So you will have been existed long before, because you are not a human trying to be spiritual. You are a spirit having a human experience. Therefore, for you to be played, you have to be programmed from a very young age. So this is how the program works. From the time you come from your mother's womb up to the age of 7, your subconscious mind is wide open for information to be downloaded. And whatever belief system been taught to you, that is the belief system that you will live by and continue even in your adulthood. Now, I want to show you that same thing in the Bible and show you how the Bible was used to play the game on you. And now it is said that you must train up a child in the way that they should go, that in the future that they would not depart. And what was done to the people in these parts, it was interpreted to them to mean that they must get their children from a very young age to believe in a power outside of themselves, to believe in a God in the sky, to believe in an idol called Jesus. And so they end up in idolatry, calling on a God outside of themselves, believing in a God outside of themselves. So when your subconscious mind has been programmed from a little child to believe in a lie or believe in a tale, and you believe that lie, you will live a delusional life. And that is what has been taking place among the people of the Caribbean and among a lot of people who look just like me. Because they fail to realize that they have been enslaved mentally or psychologically. And the main tool that was used to keep them in this mental slavery is the interpretation of the Bible, where they were taught the Bible as literal and believed that the Bible is secular history. But the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. For it is not literal, neither is it secular history, and it was written symbolically. Now from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it's a great psychological drama. So when you believe that what you're reading to be literal or believe it to be secular history, that kind of belief system would keep you in a place of limitation. It will keep you in a place of self-doubt, a place of condemnation and guilt and shame. So the guilt and shame game has been played and the masses, because the very thing that brings us here, which is sex, they make it a taboo in order to expand the pornography industry. So religion, especially Christianity, was used to keep the people in ignorance. And that's how they've been playing the game of life and having themselves been played. But when you understand that it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality, and that you can create your reality consciously, then you will learn to play the game of life creatively. And when you learn to play the game of life creatively, then you will know that you're supposed to bring value to all of humanity. Then you will understand real money to be cosmic money. You come to realize that everything was first a thought. Everything was first an idea. Then you will understand that you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. True. And you'll be able to play the game of life the right way, instead of being used and abused. So yes, my brother and my sisters, this life, it's a game. And you have to know how to play the game. So you can play the game or be played. Now, most religious people in my country who believe in a God in the sky or believe in a man that existed 2,000 years ago, most of them have what I call an employee mentality. But yet, there must be employers and employees, so don't get me wrong. But there must be balance. Now, I always say someone have to clean the street. Someone have to go and get the fishes so we can get fishes to buy. Someone have to produce the meat. Okay, someone have to build the houses. But it doesn't necessarily have to be you. So each and every one of us have to know what is our purpose in life. So you have to find your purpose in life if you want to be able to play the game of life the correct way. But when you live in a country where most of the people are programmed to have an employee mentality, is a systematic form of slavery. That's the reason why when you look in my country, most of the people who have gone to school, they are just a mere employee to even people who wasn't even born in their own country. And all of this have been put in place through the school system, where they make you believe that education is the key to life, instead of you discovering your mental faculties that you were born with, such as your will, your perception, your reasoning, your memory, your imagination, your intuition, and all these mental faculties that you were born with. You are robbed from all of these things. So my brother, my sisters, I want to say to you, if right now your employee, nothing is wrong with that. But I would encourage you to put things in place. Seek out ideas of how you can become more of an employer, or how you can operate in whatever gift, whatever talent that you have. Find out what you really, really love to do and what you're really good at. So when you discover something that you're really, really good at, and you can really use that to bring more value to humanity, I'm encouraging you to use that and expand yourself. Because when you come to higher level of consciousness and you come to more awareness, you will understand that all around you is abundance. You come to realize that you were born rich. You come to realize that you were born to enjoy expansion. And you are supposed to expand yourself, expand your imagination, exercise your mind. You are born to do all of these things instead of just being tied down where your time is being controlled by others who don't want you to discover yourself, discover your power, to know who you are. So with all of that being said, my brother, my sisters, I was just giving you some pointers to teach you how to play the game of life. And let me say this. Many times I will teach you how you should go about to change your state of mind, to change your thinking, and letting you know that when you change your thinking, you change your life. So if you have belief of self-doubt, I should say, I'm encouraging you to look yourself in the mirror and speak the most positive things to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, using the words I am, because I am is the name of God and God is your higher self. And say positive things and begin with loving yourself, embracing yourself right where you are. And when you do that and you have set your intention to expand, to live a vibration, to grow higher, and to live a more meaningful life, then you will understand that you are responsible for your thoughts. And then you do more mindful thinking. Also encourage you to practice meditation, to find quiet time where you can be alone and you can look within, and where you can meditate and send your intention out into the universe. And remember that your words will not return unto you void, but will accomplish that which you send it to. So with all of that being said, my brother and my sisters, I didn't just come telling you about how the system was used to play the game on you. I also show you things that you can do to help you. So you see, sometimes there are those who come and they're just pointing out all of the faults, all of the wrong things, but they're not bringing any solution. So I'll give you some tools to work with. I'm encouraging you to be a doer and not just a hearer. So with all of that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much. And I want to say to you, if what I'm saying, if it's registering with you, if it's resonating with you, then it is for you. For it is said that it's only when the student is ready that the teacher would appear. And I'm saying to you that if you haven't subscribed already, you must subscribe even now as I'm speaking. Like, comment, and even share this video. Also, I want to remind you that this message I bring to you is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brothers and my sisters, hadn't it been that I would have awakened within myself like a fiery being, and would have heard the unearthly wind, as I ascend and buzz my crown chakra and became invisible. That's how I come to realize the symbol of the single eye. And that's the reason why I always give you the symbol of the single eye. I'm telling you, do not believe those who are saying that it represents the all-seeing eye of some evil entity outside of yourself. But it represents the all-seeing, all-knowing, all-powerful within you, the God within you, which is your own human imagination. Because when it happened to you, you'll have an awakened imagination. And you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And that is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And you're told in the Bible that the Lord thy God is a sun, as in a S-U-N, and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And in Malachi 4:2, you are also told that the sun, as in the S-U-N, of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And I'm saying to you that you can heal yourself in every way. Thus the reason why I am encouraging you to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your sun power, your creative power, your God power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.